Well, a genealogy do-over is actually something that I've been working on for the past year. This is what I've seen. When I go to conferences and I do online events, I talk to people before and after, and I could sense the frustration. People have been doing genealogy research for 20 and 30 years, and what's happening is they're saying, you know, I'm not making any progress. I'm still on the same brick wall. Or I was a name collector. I didn't cite my sources. People were beating themselves up. They were feeling guilty. There was some shame in terms of the way we used to do genealogy. And so I felt, I'm going to admit, that's what I did when I started. I made all these same mistakes and I've learned from them. So why don't we do a do-over? Why don't we just start from scratch? Now that we know and we have better education, we have better methodologies for genealogy research. Now, a do-over is not that you're burning all your stuff that you have for genealogy. What you're doing is you're setting it aside. And so what I've done is I set mine aside, and for the last half of 2014, I started with myself. I walked the walk that we've been talking. Don't we always say to new genealogists when they say, how do I get started? Well, you start with yourself. So what I did is I started slow. That is the thing. There are two key words to come out of genealogy do-over: slow and what we call BSO, bright and shiny object. And so what you're doing is you're changing your research habits. You're training yourself to research differently. How many times have you sat down and said, oh, I've got 15 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and look at this? And that's not a way to research when you're researching on a rush. Or you're looking at something that's shaking on a certain family tree, and you go there, and then you go there, and then you go there, and you don't leave a breadcrumb trail as to where you've been, what you've researched. So the genealogy do-over for me, and the thing I like about it is that you can do it in different iterations. We have over 2,500 people now in the Facebook group, and some of them are doing what's called a go-over, not a do-over. A go-over is where they're keeping their stuff, but they're reviewing it meticulously. They're saying, okay, I'm going to pull this birth certificate, and I'm actually going to extract all the data, and I'm going to transcribe it. I'm even going to look on the back. I'm going to do that thoroughly exhaustive search. I'm going to use the genealogy proof standard. I'm not just going to read about it. I'm going to put it in action. So the genealogy do-over is what I call project-based learning. It's a 13-week program. Every week there's a new set of topics. So the first week, and this is what frustrated people, they said, okay, the first week is just do inventory, see what you have, set stuff aside, set up your goals, and people are like, they're itching to do the research, and that's the whole idea. You've got to lay a foundation before you can get into the research. We're in week number 2 towards the end. We have not even started research yet. That starts next week. So all we've been doing this week is it's a self-interview where you write down what you know from memory, and then you start interviewing family members that are still living. And these are going to become the data points that you start to prove. By the end of 13 weeks, not only will you research better, you'll have a better handle on things like collateral research, cluster research, the fan club, education, DNA testing, everything that is in the genealogy industry, you'll have a better handle on it.